Hello and welcome to ForgeRock Product Essentials Library Preview. My name is Matthias, I'm the principal instructor of ForgeRock, and I had the pleasure to create a few videos about ForgeRock software. Before we go into an overview here, I'd like to give you a short introduction to the ForgeRock Identity Platform. We like identities for workforce, which is basically employees, consumers or customers or things. Those different types of identities all have different requirements for authentication and authorization and maybe federation, and therefore we distinguish between the three. What we can offer for those identities is identity management, access management, a database or precisely directory server with high scaling features, and identity governance if you need to have those governance requirements for your employees fulfilled, for instance. Short introduction into the product essentials classes. We have got 4 classes altogether, one about the access management, one about the identity management, the directory service, and the identity gateway. Identity management, a bit about the topics. Again, we would like to give you an introduction, general introduction about identity management and how we see it at ForgeRock. User self-service, very important topic these days, especially in the consumer part, because consumers often want to or have to self-register. We want to make it as easy and frictionless for the consumers as possible. Describe identity provisioning and synchronization of data. Provisioning and synchronization, of course, is still the core functionality of identity management, so we have to talk about that. And then the business process workflows, which we can implement. Again, here we are focusing more on the workforce probably. You use business processes to apply for new accesses, for instance, and that actually leads us to identity governance. The identity governance engine makes heavy use of our workflow engine because this is about applying for new accesses, or of course also validate the accesses an employee may have. Finally, I'd like to give you a little overview of where you could go when you need to know more about ForgeRock through ForgeRock University. The slide here shows on the horizontal lines the different products, and on the column part the essentials class, which we just talked about here. Then the next one would be core concepts, where you learn a little bit more about the products in quite a bit more time. So those classes are 4 to 5 day classes with hands-on experience. If you're a developer and your job is to extend the Access Manager, then you're probably interested in the develop class about the Access Manager. If you're more on the business side and you need to know how governance is implemented in the or through the Identity Manager, we have got a workshop for you. If you more on the deployer side, you have to deploy all our software into a Kubernetes environment, independent whether it's in a Kubernetes environment on a external cloud like the Google Cloud, or you do it on premises. You will learn about that in the FR523 deployment workshop. This is 4 times the same workshop, by the way, because it applies to all the products. And finally, if you have to show the world how good you are, how much you have learned about ForgeRock, you can apply for certification. There is the ForgeRock Certified Access Management Specialist exam and the ForgeRock Certified Identity Management Specialist exam. I can only recommend go through those, do the exam, and show the world how competent you are with ForgeRock products. I see you there.